murder, and the house on the dead-end street.
I found a lady dead in the floor.
A sweet elderly housekeeper
Right all over the place.
killed in the mini mansion.
It was a very brutal stabbing.
So who did it? Who killed Anita Fox?
It looked like a real whodunit.
Cops found a crime scene that produced more questions than answers. Was Anita murdered in a home invasion robbery?
If it is a random attack, that is extremely scary.
What police discovered was something more sinister. Anita was targeted for death. But why? The upscale Fort Worth suburb of Colleyville is the last place you'd expect a murder. It's one of the safest cities in Texas. Doctors, lawyers, and professional athletes all call Colleyville home.
It's a small bedroom community of Dallas-Fort Worth. Very affluent community, very low crime rate. It's actually our first murder in 20 years.
Anita Fox was a 72-year-old housekeeper, a church-going woman devoted to her youngest son, Al.
Al, tell me about your mom.
Mom was a energetic, loved life, always had people on her mind, loved her grandchildren.
And she still worked? She cleaned houses?
She did, she cleaned houses, yeah.
When did you last see your mom?
The last time that I saw Mom would have been the night before. She walked through the door and hugged the kids, and she sat and visited with me, and she kissed all the kids, and then she came back a second time and kissed them all again. And then she walked out and she said, "I love you, son."
The next morning, Anita packed her red car with supplies to clean the 3,800 square foot house in the secluded neighborhood. Detective Kevin Maddox says it appears Anita walked right into a trap.
It was obvious that she had been targeted for some reason.
She was a cleaning lady. Why would someone want to kill her?
There did not appear to be a motive for the murder.
The crime scene photos depict a horrific murder. Blood splashed everywhere, in the closet, on the door, in the grout of the tile floor. A blood trail shows the killer even dragged Anita out of the closet into the entrance hall.
She had multiple stab wounds, 10 to 12 stab wounds in the head. She had one stab wound to the chest and one to the back.
The woman who waters the plants discovers Anita's lifeless body and frantically calls 911.
I saw a white guy walking from the house.
You saw a subject walking away from the house?
Yeah, it was a bad guy.
A fat guy driving a pickup truck with a ladder rack. A huge clue.
She described him as a heavy-set older man, said he had very short gray hair, and that he had kind of a mad or a scowl on his face, and that he looked back over his shoulder at one point, looked back in her direction.
That momentary glance was enough for the police sketch artist to come up with this composite drawing. But cops already had someone else in their sights, Anita's son, Al.
Al, your mother was murdered. What do you think happened and why?
Detective Maddox brought him in for questioning, put on latex gloves, and took a DNA swab. In a second interview, the detective laid it all on the line.
What happened to your mother may very possibly, once we do find a suspect, could be filed as capital murder.
He said, "We're gonna look at everybody." And he said, "We're gonna narrow them down."
He was saying everyone was a suspect.
Yeah,
Everyone in the family.
sure.
But the Colleyville detectives were actually eliminating suspects so they could focus on finding the man who appeared to be the real killer. The fat man in a champagne-colored truck.
They asked me, "Is there anybody that would hurt your mother? Is there anybody out to get your mother that would hurt her?" I told them, "There's nobody that would want to hurt her."
And when they showed Al the composite drawing of the man the plant lady says she saw, a light went off in his head.
Detective Maddox brung a sketch out and showed me, and he said, "Have you ever seen this guy? Does he look familiar?" And I said, "It looks like the guy at the gas station."
The guy at the gas station, who was he? Al, who is an asphalt contractor, says he saw the guy and another man eyeing him a few days before Anita's murder.
That night on the job site, I saw that truck watching me, and I thought they were just common thieves.
Al was thinking maybe the two men wanted to steal his heavy equipment.
The whole parking lot was empty except this one vehicle.
A couple days later, Al says he drove to Big Willie's gas station and saw the same truck parked out front.
I pulled in and was putting fuel in my truck, and something just downloaded in my mind, snapped that picture. And so I knocked on the window and told my wife, snapshot that truck.
This is the actual photo Al's wife took. It's a pickup truck with a ladder rack like the one the plant lady saw.
And I asked her, I said, well, I need you to email me that picture as soon as possible. And it showed the back of a vehicle that matched fairly close to the description given by the witness. The license plate was not really legible.
So as a police technician worked on enhancing the numbers, detectives visited Anita's pastor and discovered another important clue. Next, the investigation reveals a secret about this woman of modest means.
That was the motive for the murder.
And cops close in on a suspect, and it will shock you.
There was nearly $5 million of life insurance on a cleaning lady that lived in a camper trailer.